Hi guys, it's Amy from Now Polish Baby 90 and welcome to today's video. Today I'm here with a review of the new Sally Hansen Crayola polishes which have just been released for spring. I am standing today. I really enjoyed when I stood up and filmed before, so hopefully this looks okay. Like I say, we're here to talk about these 6 colours. So if you haven't seen the original release from Sally Hansen with Crayola, it came out last July time. I have got a review on the entire collection, so I will link that down below for you. It was a 10-piece collection based on the most iconic Crayola colours, and they are back. A little bit of surprise. I don't think that anybody saw this coming. I think that everybody kind of thought that was the collection and that's everything. But this is a new 6-piece addition onto that. I do believe that the other 10 are also being re-promoted. Unfortunately, if you do live in the UK like I do, these are harder to get hold of. I don't think they really promote them over here at all, or only a tiny bit. I was lucky that I do obviously have friends in America who picked these up for me and sent them over. But we'll go through them and I'll let you know what I think of these new 6 colours. I'll start off with the premise that all of these are 2 to 3 coaters. That's pretty much what I would repeat myself the whole way through if I didn't say that now, but all of them are 2 to 3 coats. They are really nice and saturated and opaque. There's sometimes a little bit of bold patching on 2 coats, but it's going to be completely down to you on your application. If you chuck on 2 thick coats, 100% these can be opaque in 2, which is crazy for pastels. If you apply a thinner coat, you might want to do 3 thinner and have it maybe be a more even application. So all the pictures that you're going to be seeing are a mixture of 2 and 3 coats. So we'll start off with this kind of range of colours, and we'll start with the yellow in particular. So this one is called Canary, and it is like a pastel yellow, but it's not like pastel yellows that we've seen before. I think this is one of the most white based yellows, and maybe that's why this is quite a nice formula for a yellow. I think sometimes it's like the yellowy pigment that makes them hard to get opaque, if you see what I mean. Yellows are notorious for being bad, but this one actually it definitely is one of the best yellows that I've ever tried, in my opinion, and I really like that one. So this first one here was called Canary. The green is called Sea Green, and this kind of reminds me of the colour that I think they call in the tattooing world Sea Foam, or Sea Foam Green, which my husband has tattooed. A part of his arm tattoos are Sea Foam Green, and it's kind of this colour. Sea Foam Green might be a little bit darker, but that's the colour that I saw when I saw this. I was like, that's Sea Foam. And Sea Green, close enough. So it's a little bit of a minty tone to it, a little bit turquoisey tone to it. It's definitely not a straight up green like we saw when they released, what was the green called? I think it's just called Granny Smith or Green Apple. That's a green, but this is definitely more of a minty turquoisey colour. So that one there was Sea Green. The orange is called Melon, and I really liked this colour. Again, it's not a super orangey colour like with the green. That's not a super, what I would say, a classic green. I really like these twists that they've made on these pastel colours. Melon is a little bit coral, a little bit orange, a little bit pink, a little bit red. All of those kind of warped into one, and therefore I thought it looked really nice on my skin tone. Me as a ghostly white pale person, I do find often wearing brighter greens, brighter or neon greens, yellows and oranges harder, but I really like this one a lot, and it would definitely be one that I would recommend out of the collection because it's quite unique. So that one was Melon. The other 3 are the blue, pink and purple. The blue obviously was a great one, and this one is called Sky Blue. This is possibly one of the darker ones out of the collection. Definitely more blue, less of a pastel blue, if that makes sense. Definitely one of the darker ones, and one of the ones that was more on the 2 coater than 3 side of things. I really like this one. I think I did say when I originally reviewed the Crayola collaboration that I wish that they had some lighter colours in there because they were also like rainbow bright, and I think this one will complement the other 2 blues, which was Denim and Cerulean. I think if you put all of those 3 together, this would make a really nice like ombre and gradient. So that there was Sky Blue. Now the pink and the purple are actually quite similar. I don't think that the purple is like a bright purple. It's more of a pinky purple to me. So this one here is Wisteria, and like I say, it's like a lilac-y, lavender, pinky colour. It's definitely not the traditional purples that we're used to seeing, and there's also a lot more purple pastels than this, if any of that makes sense. It's very white based, very creamy, and it obviously looks like the flower Wisteria, which is why it's got the name on it. Not one of my favourites, I will say, out of the 6. I don't know, just didn't like it that much. I have other light purples that I prefer, but again, the formula on this, I cannot deny that the formulas on all of these are great. So that one was Wisteria. And last but not least, we have Cotton Candy, which is a cotton candy pink. One of my favourite types of pink to wear. If you guys followed me for a while, you know that I love baby pinks, I love bubblegum pinks, and then that's kind of it in the pink range. I'm not a huge fan of dark pinks or neon pinks or like fuchsias. I love this colour. So when I saw this one, I was like, yes, sign me up, love this one. It's super girly, super fun, super spring. All of them are really springtime pastel appropriate. That last one there was Cotton Candy. I should have probably said as well, these are all cream formulas, and I think if you just look at them here, this just screams like traditional springtime collection. When you think of spring, you think of pastels, and therefore I think this is great. The Sally Hansen brand is always at a great price point, so overall I'm going to give this a really big thumbs up. I think the formulas are great, colours are great, the size, the nice little 6 compact collection was really great, and it's also good that they've been re-promoting the other colours. If I was just going to pick 2 favourites from the collection, I would pick Canary and Melon. Like I say, this yellow is the best like pastel yellow I've ever seen. And then Melon, just because it's a really unique colour, something really different, and I don't think I've seen this a lot, if all, recently. Thank you so much for watching my quick little review of the new springtime polishes from Sally Hansen with Crayola. Let me know down below which one's your favourite out of the 6 and what you thought of the previous collection. Like I say, if you haven't seen that original video, I will link that down below. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye.